First of all, I just want to thank our fans. I remember 2 years ago the 11 o'clock game against Northeastern, and to be honest, we were in a little better position in the standings that year than we currently are now. And we got better support this morning than we did 2 years ago. And that shows that our support is growing and needs to continue to grow. And the second thing I'll say is, and I really hope you print this and it's on the news, what our 4 seniors have done for our program and to enhance the university, because they're the ones for 4 out of 5 years that have gotten this game, a televised Bracketbuster game, where everyone in the country gets to see Wright State. And in today's modern media, then they, that's interesting, look at that arena they play in. Then they get to go find out about the unbelievable academics that this university offers. And our seniors have done a lot with their effort to continue to promote what a wonderful higher institution of learning. And their last game is Friday, and I really hope we can fill Wright State's Nutter Center on Friday against Detroit. And those are my opening comments.
Do you have any special message for Vaughn today or anything, or feed him a different?
No, Kyle, I didn't want to say anything to him, but I know Vaughn well enough, and whether people will agree with this or not, the bottom line is this: Vaughn Duggins was supposed to play in the Colonial Athletic Association 6 years ago when we were at UNC Wilmington.
He signed his letter?
He signed his letter of intent with us in the fall of his senior year. And if you don't think as a player, he's probably followed the CAA and wanted to show that league what they're missing. He did. I guarantee it was motivation. I wasn't going to say anything to him because I didn't want to ruin it. And he was terrific tonight. And I also think, again, as I've said, even with Norris Cole, who's terrific, Vaughn's been, for whatever reason, he is the most underrated, really good player I've ever seen. I'm not talking about here, Dayton Daily News or our media. I mean, when we go other places, it's like Vaughn is just another also-ran kind of player. He just had 31 tonight, people. And he held Jenkins in check. So, and then Nagai Evans was terrific. Again, it's hard. Vaughn's having a year, but Nagai Evans, 7 assists, 1 turnover, making plays. He was really good. On a team that's really well coached, that is right there in their league for a title, that can throw all kinds of things at you, press you, zone you, man you, and our players never got rattled. Give that. I mean, they deserve it. They never got rattled, and we stuck with our defensive plan, and we were fortunate this morning, whatever time it was.
What do you think makes Vaughn such a great player?
Well, I think number one, he's been really, really well coached from high school by Joe Buck, who's a legend in that state. The things that Coach Buck did, he taught him to play the game at every position. I am not the great coach that decided to put Vaughn Duggins in the post. Joe Buck put him in the post. Joe Buck got him the ball at the wing. Joe Buck made him a point guard. So he came to us at Wright State with a pretty well-developed package as a player. And that helps. But in terms of Vaughn, the credit to Vaughn, he works hard every day. He never has had a bad day in a practice, in a conditioning, in a weight room, due to lack of effort. He's had a bad day because he's had a bad performance, but it's never been because of lack of effort. Now, we all work. I've had a bad day at work. Vaughn Duggins, when it comes to work at basketball, has never had a bad day due to effort. And it speaks volumes because the other kids, they know, the other players, his teammates know they got to come too. And that part of the leadership, as a coach, especially at first, you can't put a price tag on that.
That second half for you guys, is that about as good a half as you've had, both sides?
I think offensively, I don't know about defensively. I thought early in the second half, we allowed too many offensive stickbacks. We fouled too much. We couldn't stay in front of the ball without having contact. But offensively, we executed at a very high level. I thought it was important. Hofstra's offense, they can score in bunches. And I'm telling you, it is not, I don't know what's better. To be in a game like Cleveland State, where every game is a possession away, or be in a game like this where you're playing a potent offensive team like Hofstra and you're up 20 with 11 to go. I've seen 20-point leads disappear, and I've seen them disappear against Hofstra. So that's and as a coach, you have to find the balance between running clock but not allowing your kids to lose their aggressiveness. And I thought our players, they did an unbelievable job of that. Because with Jenkins and Moore out there and some of their other guys, Washington, they can score 12 in a row like that. And I thought we were fortunate.
Coach, not to take anything away from Bond, and also you could probably credit him with this as well, but what was your game plan going against Jenkins today?
I didn't want him to beat us. I decided we would follow the same plan as Norris Cole as best we could. We were going to double him, we were going to run at him, we were going to bring help, and we were going to make other guys shoot shots. I mean, you know, we were fortunate. Kelleher is a much better three-point shooter than he showed tonight. If he makes those, it's a different game. I mean, that's part of it. Some of their other guys got some decent looks. And then I think, you know, when you look, I thought a big key in the first half was, you know, not that it was bad, but they were 11 for 16 from the foul line, and a couple of those are front ends. You know, if they make those, they might go in the locker room at a 4-point game or a 3-point game. So we were fortunate that they didn't make some free throws in the first half that might have been a little different.
Did they give any kind of report on Cole, Darling?
No, I've been too busy with you guys.
Sorry,
But he was standing up after on his own, so I think that's at least a decent sign. But if it is an ankle, you know, or any kind of injury that can swell overnight, we'll know better in the morning. Anything else?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys. See you Friday.
Thanks, Coach. Good game.